Okay, so in this video, we're going to do a couple things. We're going to create a template that doesn't have the sidebar on it so that we get to use the entire width of the page. Now, if we go back to dashboard here, and if we were to look at, if we go to posts for it, so let's go and add a new post. We're going to delete this later, but let's just put test here and test here. Okay, and let's publish this. Okay, now let's view the post. Now you'll notice that the post doesn't have the sidebar in here. It just has the content in the middle and some other stuff down here. Okay, so what we need to do is create a template that sort of works like the post. Okay, so let's go back to dashboard here. And let's just delete that now. Just go into posts. And let's just trash this thing. I just wanted to show you what we need to accomplish. Now, if we go back to our pages and go to all pages, and then if we edit our what's going to be our sales page, if we look down here where it says page attributes, we have default template, archives, and links. Okay, now archives and links are not right either. So what we need to do is we need to create a template and put it in here that only shows the middle part. It only shows the middle and gets rid of the sidebar. Okay, to do that, we're going to create a new template. And I'm actually going to give this to you. You don't have to do any coding, you just have to upload it. Okay, so you see here, here's the file I gave you. That was included with your package. So all you got to do is upload that into where the themes is. So default theme, upload that into there. Then when we go back and let's refresh this, or let's just hit all pages again and go back in to edit it. Now look what we have here, no sidebar. Click on that and update. Okay, now we're going to go and have a look at the page now. Okay, now you see over here that we have the text is not lining up quite right over here. It's over to the left. And we won't worry about that now. I'm going to show you how we fix that a little later in the video series. Okay, so for now we're going to leave that as it is. Okay, now the next thing we want to do is we want to update the header and the footer. So let's go over to themes. Okay, now we're going to go to editor. Okay, and then over here we want to go to footer. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of everything underneath this div ID equals footer. So just get rid of all of this. Okay, right to the second div there. Okay, like that. Okay, now you need to leave this down here because it gets some WordPress functions, this WP footer and this body and this HTML. Now, we're going to come back here a little later and we're going to put some content in here to put our site footer in here, if you have a site footer. Okay, so let's update that. Okay, and then let's go visit the site. You'll see now that we've got rid of all of this stuff down below that we don't need. Okay, now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the dashboard and we're going to use a new site header. Now, if you've had a header built for your site, you would use that. And since we're going to emulate the sales page that we have here, okay, so we've got this in here. We're going to emulate this. So this is what we're going to put up top for our header. So to do that, we need to upload that. So we'll go over to media and we're going to add new. Okay, then what we're going to do is we're going to drop that into here. So we'll go to our folder and then we'll go into our images. Okay, and here is where I have my header. So I'm going to grab that and I'm going to drag that in here. Okay, now it's a good idea to give this some search engine information. In case it gets indexed by Google Images, you'll have some information here. So you can give it a title and you can give it some alternate text that's search engine friendly. You can also give it a description down here. Okay, and we'll save the changes. Okay, now if we were to view this, okay, now let's click on this. Here is the actual image. Now, right click on this. We want to copy the image location. Okay, now we have the actual image that we're going to use for our header. So we're going to, let's go back here. Let's go back into our dashboard. Now what we want to do is we're going to be replacing this with the header that we just uploaded. Okay, so let's go to themes, and then we're going to go to editor. Okay, and then we're going to go to the style sheet. Okay, and it comes up automatically. Now what we're looking for here is the header, and it's going to be near the top. So this is our body, our page, and our header. Okay, so our header URL here, we're going to replace that with what we just copied. Okay, so we'll go overwrite that, do a paste. Okay, and then we're going to update. Okay, now let's go have a look at our site. So we'll visit a site. Let's just open this in a new window here. Okay, so here is our header. Now you see we have a bunch of issues here. First of all, the header is thinner than our blog here, than we have set, and we also have this shining through here. So we need to take care of that as well. Okay, so back here where it has the background, we want to just set this to white, which is, let's go here, FFFFFF. Okay, so let's update that. Okay, and here where it says width, it says 740. We need to change that to 650 because that's the width of our header. So let's update. Now we also want to change this 192 to the height of our image. Okay, so if we go back to here and we do properties and details, you'll see that our height is 119. Okay, so let's change this to 119. Okay, so to review, we're changing the URL under header to the header image URL where we just uploaded to our media library. Here we are changing this header image width and height to the same dimensions as our header that we're using. So let's update that. Okay, now what we need to do is we need to roll down for a ways until we see body structure. Okay, so it's down quite a ways. Okay, here we go. Begin structure and body. Okay, now here you see page, background color white, margin 20 pixels, and here we have width 760. We need to set that to 650. Okay, and here we have the border that we have around there. You can leave that as it is, or you could take the border out just by removing that line. Okay, now down here we have our header. We also need to change this to be 650 and our height to be 119. Okay, and here's our height again under header image 119. Okay, so header image, header. We need to be changing these things here as well. Okay, now let's update that. Okay, now you see we have things lining up now. Now we still have the problem of, you'll see that our header is overwriting in here. Now to change that, we need to go back over here. We need to go to header, and then in here you'll see here we have, I'll just do a little further down here. So right at the bottom you'll see this is the very bottom of the file, and you'll see here, you see div id equals header role equals banner. And then what you want to do is get rid of this H1 stuff here. Get that out of there. And then down here you want to get rid of this line that says description. Just take that line right out of there. Okay, and then we're going to update this. And then when we go back here and we refresh, you'll see that we now have our header in there properly, and now things are lining up properly because we have set everything to be the same width as the image here. Okay, now the next thing we would do is put our footer underneath here. So we can go back to here and go to footer. Okay, and this is where we would put in our footer image information. So what we do is we go to media and add new. Okay, now I'm going to upload my site footer. If you don't have one, then of course you wouldn't put it in. So let's go footer. Now same thing here. You can put in your information here to give it a little more search engine juice. Okay, and save the changes. Okay, now let's view this. Actually, this is the one here. So we view and click on it. Okay, here it is. And then right click, copy image location. Okay, now let's go backwards here. And let's go to our appearance and editor. Now over here to footer. And then we're going to, right where we took the stuff out before, let's paste this in here. Now we're going to put this in as a link, as an image link. So you need to put it in like this. You need to put image source equals, paste the URL in that we just got, and then put in a closing tag like that. Okay, and then we want to center this. So we'll use the old school tag here because it's easier. So center and /center. Like so. Let's update. Okay, and then let's go and refresh our site here. Okay, so there it is. We have our header, we have our footer, and our sales content is going to go in here. The only thing left is the background. Now we have a custom background as well. When we go in here, this is our background we have here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back to our style sheet and we're going to change the background. So back here to themes, editor. Okay, and we're going to do this in the style sheet. And when we roll up a little bit here, we have our body, and then we have background URL. Okay, this is where we're going to put it right here. Okay, so let's go back. Actually, let's open another thing here. Let's go to media, and now we're going to upload our background. So add new, and then we're going to drag our background into there. Okay, and then you can do the same thing here again. Give it some search engine juice by putting in some descriptions. Okay, and save changes. Okay, here it is. So we'll view, click, and then right click on here, and we'll copy image location. Okay, now let's go back to our other page here that we have up. And right where our background is here that I was showing you. Okay, so right where it says body, and then you see background, URL, and images cubic color.jpg. We're going to paste this right in here. And then we're going to update. Okay, now let's view our site. Okay, and there it is. Okay, so our background is here. And we have our header, our footer. All we have to do now is start putting in our sales copy. And we'll do that in the next video.